We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody. This is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show. And we've got a very special guest. This is an exclusive interview, and this is the first interview that Sol Azulay has ever done. He is the owner of the company EasyGreen, and he is the inventor and creator of the EasyGreen Sprouter. Thank you, Sol, for coming on.
It's a pleasure, my friend. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. So everybody who's listening to this video, in the raw foods community, everybody knows that the EasyGreen Sprouter is like the Rolls Royce of sprouters. It just doesn't get better than this. And I have an EasyGreen Sprouter, and I've been using it, and it works extremely well. You just put the sprouts, like the seeds, inside the machine, and then it grows amazing, delicious, healthy sprouts. So my question is, why does your machine work better than all the other sprouters out there? I mean, others mold and stuff like that.
Well, there are a few reasons for that. Some of the uniqueness of the EasyGreen, it's first of all the concept. The whole concept was to be able to sprout automatically a large variety of seeds without having problems such as mold, rotting, and other problems that are experienced a lot with other equipment, and also when you sprout with jars, which would be the old standard way of sprouting.
Yeah.
And one of the issues that I found during my research is that, contrary to common belief, seeds require a lot of oxygen and very little water, while everybody else used to believe that with a little bit or a lot of water, seeds will sprout. And I found out that this is not really what happens in nature. If you take a seed and you insert it in water and leave it for a few days, where there is very little oxygen, it will rot and die.
Right.
Seeds require a lot of oxygen. And the challenge was, how do we do that? How we supply a lot of oxygen or a lot of air displacement and minimum water. Then I came across a system that is used for 100 years, which is something like very close to a humidifier concept, where you have an impeller that will suck the water from the bottom, and from the top there is a circulation of air, and it mixes both components together like you would have in your car carburetor. It mixes the gasoline and the air and creates the right mixture. And we throw it at a certain speed into the growing compartment to keep all the seeds fully oxygenated and growing.
Wow.
So to get to that point, it took me some time, more than 2 years, to find out, because you could use fans to create air displacement, but then they will dry. So you need to combine fans and the misting, and I've tried all these things back 15 years ago, back when I used to live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I've tried all these concepts. Yeah, they may work to a certain extent, but they become complex machines. We want to keep a machine for sprouting as simple as possible. And this is how the idea of the mist generator started to formulate in my mind. Now, I'm also very much influenced by the work done by Victor Schauberger. I don't know if you heard about him.
The water guy.
Yeah. And he actually introduced the concept of the vortex theory, and the fluid dynamics. Of course, it remained controversial until today in the scientific world. Not everybody accepts his ideas. But the vortex is used in vacuum cleaners, the vortex concept, It is used in turbines. It is used in jet engines. It was comprehensively used all around the world, which is spinning the water continuously to add energy into the water.
Right.
Not only oxygen, but to enrich it with energy. You can get today, even there is a little appliance, it's not an appliance, it's like a jar that you can buy in the market with a lid that when you put the water inside, it will spin it and create a vortex.
Right.
And this will enrich your water with energy, cosmic energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, of course, it's debatable still by science. Science doesn't take those concepts yet, doesn't comprehend them fully, but it works. And one of the reasons that people say, how come that your sprouts are juicier and they have a different taste
Right.
than the sprouts we buy at the shop?
They are.
They are. And we don't even advertise that. We never said on our website or in any other place that our sprouts will taste better because it sounds like, I don't know, maybe cheesy. Everybody would say that. But only when you have the machine and you start to harvest crops and you see that there's totally different taste and energy on them than the conventional sprout that you can buy at the shop or in any other, or with any other gizmo appliance. This is where people get hooked and they buy the second machine and the third machine and they want to grow more.
Right.
This is one of the things that I was very consistent in trying to add to the machine is how to do it properly the best possible way, or it's not worthwhile the effort.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, the other component that is important when talking about water, I think that the water consumption is important. How much water we are going to use. And a lot of people believe that maybe with jars, they will use less water. Because water is costly and you want to try to use the best quality of water you can also for your sprouts. Then I make the comparison. And the comparison is like this. If you take a jar, a standard jar, it's about a liter of water, and you sprout in that jar, okay, you are going to need at least 3 times a day to change that water, to rinse and change that water. So here there is 2 or 3 liters of water gone every time you try to rinse them. You are going to need to rinse them at least 3 times a day in order to remove the inhibitors, and the toxins. So we are talking about maybe 6 liters a day of water for one jar. If you take only 2 liters per each session of soaking and rinsing, you are going to need 6 liters a day for one jar.
Right.
5 days, you're looking at about 30 liters of water, which is the total length of time that will take a sprout to go from seed to ready to harvest. It's about 5 days. Okay? So you're going to be using about 30 liters of water, or something around 6-7 gallons of water. Now, with the EasyGreen, one cartridge that goes inside the EasyGreen will contain the same or equivalent amount of one jar.
Wow.
Now, we use about 5 liters a day, or between 3 to 5 liters a day. If you take 1 liter a day per cartridge, 5 liters a day for the whole 5 cartridges.
Right.
Now, if you do the math, it comes that you are going to be using 1 liter per tray or per cartridge times 5 days. It will be at 5 liters per cartridge instead of 30.
Right.
Do you follow that?
Yeah, totally. That's a lot of water.
It's a lot of saving of water because the oxygen is doing most of the work, and we just want to keep them off drying to make sure they don't dry.
Right. So not only are you saving water, but compared to jar sprouting, you're actually getting a better quality sprout. Why is that? Because of the oxygen?
Because of, there is a lot of air displacement. You cannot have such an amount of air displacement into a jar that you are going also to cover it with a little net on top There is very little air working inside.
Right.
And you probably experienced that a lot of people are saying that. Said, well, during winter, I was sprouting well on my jars, but now everything is rotting because it's summer. Well, of course, the summer, temperature is higher. You need much more oxygen to move around those sprouts, and they're kind of half chocked into that jar, so they will rot.
Right.
Now, look, not talking only about that, it's talking about the convenience. If you want to sprout in jars, it's fine, but you're going to have to be next to those jars 3 or 4 times a day to rinse them and soak them.
Right.
Most people don't have the time, and they're usually not at home, they're working or doing other things. And if you forget one time, those babies will die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a question of convenience. Now, if you have an automatic sprouter, you just plug it in, you put your trays or cartridges inside the machine, you plug it in, and you leave it for the next 3 days if it is beans that you're sprouting, or the next 5 days if it is alfalfa and the clover and the radish and all the other classic sprouters. You just leave it for a few days. You just top it up with water every day. This is the only thing that you have to do. And you'll get crop after crop, crop after crop continuously, winter and summer. By the way, because of the oxygenation and the system that we have developed, you can sprout in hot, humid weathers and also in cold weathers. No other sprouter can really attend to that.
Right.
Then the other thing that it was for me very important to do is to make sure that water used by the sprouts is not reused, because the water that goes through the tray, that water has got the inhibitor. It's moving inhibitors, which are toxins. It's moving them away from that cartridge. It will make no sense to reuse that water.
Right.
Now, there are some other appliances out there that they take the same water with the toxins, everything, and respray them on the sprout. It never made sense to me. Never.
And that's why they mold so easily.
What's that?
And that's why they mold so easily.
They mold, and you know that the contents, the water contents of those sprouts, which is about 80% of the sprout, they have toxins on them. So the toxins that you remove, you add them back into the sprout.
Right.
Make no sense.
Right.
And this was also part of what we wanted to do with this appliance during the years. And the convenience, as I mentioned to you, it's just easy to plug it in, let them sprout and grow. Now, when you are growing sprouts at home, compared to buying sprouts at the stores, when you buy sprouts at the store, you don't know exactly how many days they are in the stores. Now, you can do, and please try to do that. You can do an experiment that I did many years ago. I bought some sprouts in the store that looks fresh. I put the date on them, and I refrigerate them on my refrigerator at home. 2 weeks later, they looked as fresh as they were when I bought them.
Wow.
They look good. But now if you look a little bit into the horticultural side of it, in plant physiology, those sprouts, to remain alive for that extra 2 weeks, they were consuming themselves the vitamins, the minerals, the seeds, all what was there. They were consuming it, and you are losing it.
Right.
So when you buy them at the store, you don't know how old they are, but for sure they are not 1 day old.
Right.
It's just impossible. But technically, logistically, it's impossible. When you grow them at home, as you harvest them, you wash them, you throw them into your food, your salad, your soups, anything you want to eat, and you've got them fresh. You know they are fresh.
Right.
It's a big difference. And I say, when I speak with people, I said, the EasyGreen Sprouter, when you get one, you are buying a natural, organic vitamin factory. You are getting all those vitamins and all those minerals and all those proteins fresh at home. It's a factory that makes multiple, vitamins, mineral, everything at home fresh.
Right.
This is the way I put it through.
For those of you who don't know, sprouts are probably the most nutritious food on the planet. Their cell walls are very delicate, the nutrients are easily expelled into the body, and when you sprout something, it's like the life force is all in that sprout. It's like the start of the growth of a plant. And Dr. Ann Wigmore used this to help heal people from all sorts of diseases with her, she used it in her procedures.
Yeah, this is correct.
And
then,
oh yeah, go ahead.
And then what we went during the years, because we are doing this in now for about 15 years, a bit more. During the years, we got so many requests from customers to make different accessories. So we have now very small cartridges, which are actually half the size of a full length cartridge.
Oh, right.
So people can put up to 10 cartridges of those junior cartridges, we call them,
wow.
in the machine. And you can sprout a whole variety of things together to add them into your food and salads and everything else. This is one thing that people very much wanted. Then people wanted also to have, we developed for them also something for wheatgrass. Wheatgrass, it's a very important thing for people to consume. It's very much cheaper to make them at home instead of buying trays at the store. So we made a fertilizer specifically designed for wheatgrass. It took some time to develop. And what we find out that it will sweeten the wheatgrass.
Wow.
With a lot of people, the wheatgrass is not very palatable, It will sweeten the wheatgrass too.
Wow.
So we got involved in developing all kinds of accessories and other things around them in order to meet the requirements of these specific markets. And this is how we got to be more than 30 countries around the world.
And just so everybody knows, wheatgrass and sunflower are the only ones where you need soil. The other ones, you just take the mung beans, you take the alfalfa, you take whatever, I've done this many times, throw it in the EasyGreen tray, and then it just makes amazing sprouts within 2 to 5 days.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Some people like the sunflowers, buckwheat, they like to grow it in soil. Right. And they ask us if they can use soil on the machine. Yeah, of course. We send them a clip to show them exactly how to sprout on the machine with soil. And some other people prefer to work soilless, without soil, which is also okay. So all the options. Yeah.
So you could do wheatgrass without soil? You just throw it in and it's going to make wheatgrass?
Yes.
Oh, I never tried that.
Yeah, but you have to add the liquid fertilizer that we supply to make sure that it gets strong and rich.
Right, and we carry that.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. I had another question.
Yeah.
Cleaning it.
This is the good point.
Yeah. Like, is that difficult? Like, how often or?
Well, the cleaning is semi-automatic.
Wow.
The mist generator cleans the machine.
Cool.
What you have to do is remove the trays or the cartridges, whatever you're using, add some disinfectant material into the water compartment when there is just a little bit of water on the water compartment.
Wow.
And activate the mist generator. It will create that mist. It will throw it on the growing compartment. It will disinfect any single crevice that is on that growing. When you finish that process, which may take an hour or two, but it's automatic, it depends how much water you leave on the water tank. If you leave a lot of water on the water tank, okay, then it will take longer to exhaust all that water. But if you just leave a little bit of water, add disinfecting material, disinfect the whole machine, you can do it in an hour and a half. Then you add a little bit of water again and you rinse it. And then the machine is ready to go.
Wow. I didn't even know. I just was cleaning it with a rag and stuff. What kind of disinfectant?
If you have seeds that fell off the cartridge or the tray, and they are sitting on the ground compartment, You need a piece of cloth or something just to remove them.
Right.
Yeah. But to disinfect, make sure that whatever bacteria was growing there is dead and gone.
Right.
You use some disinfectant material.
What kind of disinfectant do you recommend?
There is many in the market. There is many in the market. There are some that are not human friendly, like I would say I would rather talk about the good ones. You can use extract of oh, I blanked on that one, but it's a grape seed extract. It's acidic and it's very strong. Some people use vinegar.
What about hydrogen peroxide?
You can use hydrogen peroxide. Some people use a mixture of both.
Okay.
Do whatever you feel is right for you without needing to use anything that may not be good for the environment or for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm excited to start going crazy again and try testing out like buckwheat and wheatgrass and stuff like that.
But do another thing that it's not done. It's not very popular because it cannot be done easily on other machines. Try a lot of unusual exotic seeds.
Wow.
There are many in the market that you can use them. You know wasabi?
Yeah.
I sprouted wasabi on the machine.
Wow.
Give you an example.
Yeah.
You can eat, and you add just, when you eat, you don't think only about the health benefit of the sprouts, but you want it to be tasty.
Right.
You can add them to the salads, and you can add a whole variety of new sprouts that exist in the market. I can send you a list of them, that are very tasty. They offer a different aroma, to the food. And why not? They are also very, very nutritious.
Right.
And this can be done in the big cartridges or in the small cartridges on the machine.
Right.
And then, of course, you have ready-to-go salads that you can sprout them, which include few sprouts and some variety of beans, all mixed on the same cartridge. And as you use them, once they grow, you've got a ready salad of sprouts. I mean, what can be more energy, can have a better or higher energy content than taking it out of the machine, washing them, add maybe a tomato on top, and you have a beautiful salad, live salad.
Wow. I mean, you can even make a business out of this. I'm going to start selling them to the store in town.
You can do that. Well,
Yeah.
there is many stores and private contractors that they buy the equipment, they sprout, and they sell the sprout on the market. We even made special cartridges for them that they're cartridges to go. So
Right.
they don't have to take them back, they just put them on the market and they sell them. There are many people doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And everybody, we have the EasyGreen Sprouters. We actually just got rid of all other sprouters on our website besides this one because it's the only one that really works. If you go to therawfoodworld.com, click on appliances, sprouters, and then we have the EasyGreen Sprouter, all the side things that he has with it, including the fertilizer and stuff like that, and also many different types of sprouting seeds that you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else before we get going, or?
If you have any other questions, I'm here for you, man.
I think me and Sol have known each other for about 12 years now, I think.
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah.
Time is running.
When the EasyGreen Sprouter first came out, you were in Vegas.
In Vegas at that time, correct.
About it, yeah. Cool.
It was a good time. We had fun at that time.
Yeah. We did.
Now I'm planning to come and visit you, hopefully this coming summer.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. Okay, everyone. So the owner, inventor of the EasyGreen Sprouter, Sol Azulay, thank you again so much for coming on.
Thank you. It's my pleasure, Matt. Anytime.
And this is Matt Monarch, and we'll see you the next time at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.